I'll ask you one question about the Celtic life.
Yeah.
Looking back at it, did you ever have the choice in that life to stop acting that way? Or were you destined to walk that full way? That might be something for you to take into meditation with that one.
Right. I will
Because
say
people will
that
say that you
there's
were
always a
destined to
choice.
live that life. And I don't agree with that.
I think that's also a two-sided coin because in one aspect, I was destined to live that life because of the events that started it, the
Mm-hmm.
catalyst
It was the catalyst,
that
right?
happened. Right. But part of the lesson is that we always have a choice.
Right.
And at some point, I had gotten all the revenge that I really needed.
So you could have quit, but you didn't want to. You
Yeah, but it
chose
was,
not
but because,
to.
and
Mm-hmm.
also because when you get your revenge, somebody else thinks that they're also justified now to get revenge back on you
Mm-hmm.
or revenge back on someone else. And
Mm-hmm.
so it becomes now, oh,
A cycle.
tit for tat, and I'm going to
Mm-hmm.
come back, and it just doesn't stop. So instead of perpetuating the cycle, I could have ended it. Now, the kicker is, could I have? I don't know because I didn't. That wasn't the choice that I made.
That's right.
The idea is that the choice is there, but I didn't do it. So
Beautifully said. And that was the point that I wanted to make because people say, oh, well, if I'm destined to be an evil person, I might as well live that out. No, I believe that we're destined to evolve. We have catalyst events, but we also have choice points in life. We have
right,
the choice to say, I want to mature or I don't want to mature. We have the choice to say, well, I want to focus on my health or I just want to keep eating the potato chips and drinking beer and eating bonbons. Right. So we have those choices. We always have those choices. We aren't
yeah,
destined. We may be destined to have that experience of for a period of time, but we're also given the opportunity to counteract that experience. So
well, I
don't
think
feel like you're locked into this life and you don't have choice. That's a wrong,
right.
that's not spiritual maturity.
I think there's truth in the fact that fate is something you can't necessarily control. There are certain things in our lives that we have
Mm-hmm.
pre-planned before we come here, and that includes people that we meet along the way that
Mm-hmm.
say,
Mm-hmm.
this is fated to
Mm-hmm.
happen into your life.
Mm-hmm.
Now, destiny is what you do with it.
Right.
So,
Great way to put it. Great way to put it. Right.
yeah.
Yep, absolutely. So I thought I would just bring that up, because I looking at that Celtic life, it's like I don't want people to think, oh, well, so she was just going to be a warrior killing people to the end of her time. And I'm like, no, there would have been opportunities or moments where you could have made a different choice and lived a different life. And that's the
Yeah.
point of that life. Which choices did you make?
Right.
Were they good ones? Were they bad ones? Because spirit doesn't judge. We
And that's
do.
just it.
Yeah.
They're not necessarily good or bad choices. They were choices that she made that were
Mm-hmm.
completely justified, like I said, completely in her
but
mind
that but they had
justified.
consequences
Right.
right, and
Right. And
that's
it
the truth
wasn't
for all of us, right?
right.
We're
And it wasn't until
justifying.
hindsight that it was like, oh, I guess I didn't have to make that choice that I thought I did.
Mm-hmm.
I could have made better choices and done it in a way where it just would have been I guess, overall better outcome for
Right.
not just me, but for others that were
Correct.
involved. Because that was the
Correct.
big guilt part of that lifetime was that because of that, it hurt other people that I also loved.
And
So
that happens in mediumship. As a matter of fact, I just had a session yesterday with a sitter, and the person that came through had talked about the way that they were in life, and it served their profession, it served their function. It was a very much a core part of what their life purpose was here to do. But then there was this shift into that experience towards the end of life and then after passing, about a lack of compassion and seeing things from other people's perspectives. So there was an aha moment later in life, and then that aha moment was learned. Sadly, most of it was learned when we passed. So again, this person had choice points. This person had experiences. And we know that when spirits die, even if they've committed suicide, they look back at their life and they go, oh, I could have made this choice and I could have made that choice and I could have made this choice and I could have made that choice. And they talk about these opportunities that they had to make different choices.
mm-hmm.
Especially in suicides, they'll come through and they'll say, here's why I made them. Please understand. They were difficult. Were some some people fated to perhaps move down that path? I can't say. I don't know someone's life plan, but I do believe that most of the time we are given all of these opportunities to have different experiences depending on the choice that we make.